Hey guys, I will be going live today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I just want to give you a update that the last 2 days my live's been coming in kind of crazy, and I noticed this morning when I was putting up a live stream for tonight that it had read up at the top known YouTube issue. A known issue on YouTube is preventing videos from appearing on channels. YouTube is investigating. We recommend sharing the view on link that can be obtained inside StreamYard with viewers. So I think that might be what the problem was the last 2 days. So just come to the live, come to my channel at 7 p.m. Don't wait for notifications. Look around the channel, look on under home tab, video tab, live stream tab, and also search at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you do not my live stream appear, this is for anyone that uses this app, StreamYard. So I just want to let you guys know that. So I want to give a shout out to Who Knew Too. Bonnie Lachey has been on her channel numerous times and did interviews. I'm glad that she has Chrisean Rock's makeup artist, aka Facebynikki, because she exposes the truth. And I think that we really need to pay attention to what Nikki has to say in regards to all of this that's going on. She is definitely the light to the tunnel and also the light to a lot of information that we are, speculating about.
So let's get this thing started. Well, I'm going to say this. You know, I did an interview with Jessica. Did you happen to see that interview?
I did. I took a little peek of it. After so long I couldn't watch it. She reminds me so much, just from what other people have been saying that makes sense of stuff that Whack 100 does. So I just try not to watch too long because it'd be too much. It'd be too much. So
Okay. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes. Hey everyone. My name is Nikki Scott, known as Facebynikki on social media.
Let's just jump into some things. How are you and Chrisean? Do you guys still talk? Are you still doing her makeup?
Well, as far as all that, there are NDAs that I sign of things I can't discuss because Crazy in Love is coming up, Crazy in Love 3. So I can't, share that little tea with you. I can say that, but that's pretty much at most that I can say.
Okay.
But big things ahead. So, the fans already know they're very close with me. They talk to me in DMs on Instagram. They ask me stuff.
Again, the channel, please go subscribe to the channel. The link will be at the top of the description box to go subscribe to Who Knew Too. Now, when she says this, she can't, share a lot of information because of an NDA that she had to sign. Very professional. I'm getting from hearing her saying this multiple times when people ask her personal questions about her and Chrisean and the professional business side of their relationship. She may be in Crazy in Love 3. This is what I'm speculating. This is my opinion for maybe why she can't really speak too much on certain questions regarding Chrisean Rock. But we got to listen up.
Compare. They look at my old tweets, all of that stuff. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So that leads me to my next question. Are you really doing Jaidyn and Alexis makeup as well? Can you answer that?
So let me tell you, one thing for me is I don't limit myself to people's makeup. I tell you, the internet is undefeated. They be trying to do their research. But one thing I will tell you about me is that I do any and everybody's makeup. I don't turn people
that's
down,
right.
Unless there's like other personal reasons. But no, at this current time, I am not.
Okay, so that leaves me, these questions is just flowing now. So that leaves me.
Now, my speculation and my opinion on that question with Jaidyn Alexis is that she's not going to be in Crazy in Love 3. So there's no NDA that had to be signed, and she answered it without answering it, and it was a professional answer that she gave.
Bonnie, how did that come about? I know I heard, I don't know how true it is, but I heard that Jessica was the one who got in contact with you.
Yeah, so I actually posted it, but then I had to take it down because I want to make sure no one's personal information is listed on there. And so, I mark stuff out. And if people I think I can see a number, I'll delete it because I don't want anyone, to get attacked. I'm still a professional businesswoman at the end of the day. I have a business, so I don't want anything to happen to people, but I do want to put people in their place. So I did post that she, you can see clearly in the messages that she reached out to me. She saw me on Instagram, and the way they were doing it was that I was going to be doing her makeup, but it wasn't like a full blown, like, this is who I am. Because when people book you, especially if you're a makeup artist or a hairstylist, you're not going to immediately get on Google, because especially if they don't have like a crazy name like Beyonce Knowles or something that's going to pop out. But when I saw Jessica West, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. This is a girl named Jessica who wants to get her makeup done. I'm going to show up there. Boom. Then the address, of course, is at a place that's not well known. When you look it up on Google, it's just the building that you arrive to. It's not like on the outside. It's like, what?
She's pretty much talking about the setup. This is all surrounded around her being associated with Chrisean Rock. I think it's a messed up situation, but I think that she came out, Facebynikki with flying colors, how she handled the situation. Yeah, she did get jumped by Jessica West and Bonnie Lachey. I want to make that clear because it wasn't an up and up fight, but she turned herself around. She turned her name around because she does have a business. Bonnie Lachey does not. And she's looking good. She's shining.
To no jumper. So there was a lot of things that I didn't know. And of course, I haven't lived in LA that long either. But no, she definitely booked me. They definitely set me up.
Wow.
Set up, like I told you.
With that being said, when you came in and started doing Bonnie's makeup, did you realize who she was when you were doing her makeup?
No, and the reason why I didn't realize who she was is she was on a show that was on OnlyFans. Bonnie Lachey was on, it was like Blue Girls Club, right? And so I had never seen any of the episodes. Like, the rising star from that show is Rock, Chrisean. So of course,
that's true.
Right, I'm gonna know who that is just from business and other things of that nature. But I didn't know who she was, and then her name switches up. One minute I'm hearing this, next minute I didn't know who she was. So when I got there, I didn't recognize her. I'm like, okay, whoever this is, let me just get to doing makeup. And I think you really have to be on that OnlyFans vibe. And I don't pay for stuff like that. Or do yeah. I salute all the people who do it. Get your bag. But as far as for me personally, I don't have a subscription on there.
Okay. So once it got into the interview and she started talking, different things about what her and Chrisean had went through, why did you get so offended? Do you and Chrisean, I don't know if you can answer this or not, because I know you can't answer a lot regarding that, but did you feel like you and Chrisean was friends and tight like that? Is that the reason why you got upset when she was saying certain things?
Well, to answer the first part of your question, one thing I want to tell you this is that when I was in there, the things that she was saying was crazy, right? Okay. You're talking about putting a device, you guys know what I'm talking about, the G word to someone's face, something to someone's, I don't know if you can say stuff like that on here. That's why I'm trying to be careful with what I'm saying. Okay. But yeah, putting that to a baby's face. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so it was more to that. If you listen to the interview, and of course they're going to show what they want to show on YouTube. Yeah, it's their page. So you guys didn't get to hear the full extent. And then she was going to continue. She was going into something else that was insane. Now, anybody knows if you're a mom and somebody do that to your baby, you're gonna be doing all kind of stuff. You're gonna be showing out. I don't care who you is. Forget this internet stuff. In real life, that's not a game. And I felt like, why would you lie like that, knowing good and well who Rock is? She has her own baby. She wouldn't do that to somebody. And if that was something, that would have been everywhere. Everybody would have heard of that. So I felt like to lie, and then you're going into.
Bonnie Lachey did that because she wanted just what happened on her own. Chrisean did this to herself, though. She wanted for Chrisean to get mad, get a reaction from Chrisean Rock, and have her flare up. And just like Chrisean Rock came on to social media because of all of what was said about her prior at a moment, and now they're calling her a colorist, and she lost 500 subscribers. She's trying to get where Chrisean Rock is at. She's trying to get into the media so she can get the bag, so people can reach out to Bonnie Lachey and ask her to come be on this show or pop bottles at clubs and walk out with $30,000 bags.
More lies. I needed to stop it because at the end of the day, when you do business with somebody, they pay you for a service, you're working for them, and then you're in that environment of working with celebrities. You know how fake that would have looked if I would have let them talk about her, and then I would have been back at people's house, back hanging out, eating with them, smoking with
It would
them,
have been
and
fake.
then
I
I just
get
let
it.
people talk about you, and then I just let you pay me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you have to be smart enough to know, like, this is the time I shouldn't say something, and this is the time that I should. And I knew who this person was and how people can be. You know what I'm saying? Lying like that. I didn't
Yeah.
want to be associated with that. You know,
Okay.
I was raised on birds of a feather flock together. And I just didn't want to do that. I was
That's
like, I'm
right.
not cool with that. I don't want to be a part of this. You over here lying. So I initially started stepping to her like, hey, cut it out. Stop lying. You pouring salt on my girl's name.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So now I know I've seen a lot of different stuff that have been going on. And I know you say that Chrisean has her own baby and she would never do nothing like that. But then that leads me to what I did see that she did. And it was kind of disturbing for me. And I don't know if you've seen it or not. But you can let me know if you've seen it and tell me what's your thoughts on it. But she had her baby and was trying to rock her baby to sleep. And Chrisean was calling her baby. It was definitely Chrisean doing this. And she was trying to sick her dog, telling her dog different things to get her baby. What do you think that was about?
Now, I haven't seen that clip. I've
Okay.
heard people talk about that. But my thing is, when it comes to my clients and certain parts of their personal life, I don't get into because it has nothing
Okay.
to do with me. You know what I mean? Like, I do their makeup, I travel with them, all that kind of stuff.
And that's what people need to understand. She's a businesswoman first. And for her to get on to like platforms and sign in, co-sign what other people are saying or answer, in her opinion, questions that they ask her about CashApp or any of her clients, that is bad business. And it's two-faced. And you're someone that could be looked at as not to be trusted. They could invite you in their home or their place of business and you do their makeup and they're not even sure if they can trust you. You don't want to establish that kind of business relationship with any of your clients. And this is why Nikki stays true to her word that she's not going to bring up any of her clients' personal business. And for that matter, it's not her business anyways. That's their life. How they live it is how they live it. And who is, Nikki to judge?
And
Okay.
if someone says something bad about them, of course I'm going to protect my client, and I also have to protect my business, because if I'm associated with them, or they're paying me, I'm not going to mess up my livelihood or their livelihood of business. You definitely have to be smart with things like that. So no, unfortunately I didn't see it. And
Okay.
everybody has their own shared opinion about that, but unless I see the video, I don't really want to have an opinion on
I
something.
had it on my channel. I
And
don't know if I
even then,
still
don't
get.
say
I'm not
nothing.
on my Instagram. I don't know if I still got it over there. I'll look and see. But I had it over there because it was disturbing. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, no, I'll take a
It had
look.
me feeling some type of way.
Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate that you're feeling like that. I hate that for you. I'll have to check it out and take a look because I
Yeah.
haven't seen it personally. And again, just even with any client that I've done, I've mentioned Cynthia Bailey. I don't stay up with every single detail of their lives because I'm going on to the next person. And
Yeah.
even if we are really close, when you're around them, they're not going by Chrisean Rock. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You just being cool with them, you're relaxing, you're hanging out. My client, Cynthia Bailey, when I'm with her, it's not Cynthia Bailey.
Right.
I'm hanging out with my girl. We're just chilling. I don't bring up the internet stuff, social media. I get to know them and have a good time with them. So,
Yeah.
I don't try to,
And then you're
That's
not
what you're
gonna know
supposed to
all
do.
sides of a person, period.
exactly.
So
Because I'm not spending, even doing makeup, traveling with them, you still let them have their own time to themselves. They go off with their family. They're not needing you for 2 weeks at a time. Like, you still have to keep in mind, like, even yourself, you take on other clients. I'm not just doing, one person's makeup.
yeah, I was just wondering if you had back chance saw it and what you thought about it. But
Yeah.
you say you didn't see it.
No, I haven't seen it. No.
Okay. So when did you meet Blueface?
Blueface. I'm trying to think who put out as far as like knowing all the details of everything. Oh my goodness, the internet is crazy. Oh my, I'm like,
Okay.
well,
Sis, I would forget him too. Child, I would forget him too, honey. Blueface, child, I would forget him.
I will tell you is that whole team is great. They're all great people, but I can't say exactly when, for, of course, specific reasons, but,
Well, was he? Because a little birdie said he was the one who hired you for. Is that true?
What? Oh my goodness. They are really making it up now. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Okay, so that's made up.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is definitely made up.
Okay, okay.
What? No.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? Blueface hired her? But it was said for Chrisean's makeup as well as Jaidyn's. Now I don't know how true it is. That's why I thought I would ask.
Well, one thing about it is I will tell you that, you know, Blueface is definitely a businessman. He's well-rounded. So I can't say in particular to what extent he may have had some involvement, but I don't want to say that he did because he did.
Okay. Okay. The thing, what went down with you and Bonnie? The fight. Mm-hmm. Now you say that they jumped you, but they say that that's not true. They say they didn't jump you. So I want to know. From what I've seen, I have to say I feel like
professional camera people. So from what I saw with my own 2 eyes, this is just my opinion. I have nothing against Jessica West and Bonnie Lachey. I just report the media. It looked to me like they were jumping. Now, if Jessica West was trying to break it up because Nikki was getting the fair one on Bonnie Lachey and she looked like she needed some help, okay, maybe that was her intentions. But it did look from the footage like Nikki was being jumped by Jessica West and Bonnie Lachey. Now, that might not be what it was. We were not there. That's why we can only state an opinion. There are a lot of speculations going around. I can only give you an opinion. Anytime I spoke about the fight, it was only an opinion of what I saw. And what I saw with my own 2 eyes, it appeared to be that she was being jumped. Nikki was being jumped.
They did. From the clip that I seen, they both were like trying to swing at you and stuff, but they claimed it was a one-on-one. And
didn't look like that.
It really don't look that way to me. So in your words, can you tell us like what happened and how did it get to where it got to?
So I will say, I guess
that night, just for that night I'm speaking.
Yeah, okay, because I was gonna say, ooh, okay. But no, as far as for that night, I was just pretty much having a good time. I was at Phantom nightclub, you know, just vibing. Of course, Jaidyn Alexis was performing, it was fire, VIP was lit. And so of course she apparently had showed up, you know, incognito. Clearly no one could tell, you know, she had switched up her whole look, was dressed in all black. She was up to something. And then I think like Jaidyn, her and her crew kind of noticed her, and then security had her escorted out of there. So it was a really good night because I couldn't really see her, but I seen her like kind of rushing off because security was running up behind her.
So again, hearing the other side of the story, Bonnie Lachey says she didn't get put out, but she did get put out. This is what the other party is saying, Nikki, from out of her mouth, the horse's mouth. She is saying she got put out. Now, there's 3 sides of the story. There's her side, your side, and the truth. And I'm not saying that Nikki is lying, and I'm not saying Bonnie Lachey is lying. But unless we were there, we cannot make allegations that she got put out or she wasn't put out. We have to just go by what we hear from the sources that were there at the time of the incident. That is all we can go by. We cannot make allegations that are fake news about taking one side. That's why I always say stop taking sides. Be on the right side. And even then, you should stay neutral. You don't know these people in real life. And if you're going to give them any sound advice, you're going to tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear.
Start running too. And then I kind of saw that it was her. So I knew being in San Diego and that, you know, she's apparently from there. Okay. You know, whatever. That she would possibly, you know, be in town. Okay. So once I left from there, I decided like, this is very personal, but I'm one of those people. Once I leave the club, I'm going to get snacks. I'm going to get some chips, something to drink. I had a good time. I was wearing like this fur. I was sweating. So I took
that was cute. I see that maroon fur. Yes. I liked that.
Thank you. Yes. So I took that off. I went to change. I still had my heels on because I had my stuff, you know, in the car. I had my cousin with me and just, you know, some people with me who were kind of like being supportive of everything I had going on. So tell me why I go into 7-Eleven. I already had kind of like a weird feeling, but I couldn't really pinpoint it. So I've been telling people like, I think she almost tried to get me because I kept looking around, but I was tripping. I was like, okay, I feel like somebody's watching me. when I was in 7-Eleven. So I get my things, I got my roll-ups. Everybody know I'm talking about, my chips, my drinks. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna kick back. This is after the club. Okay. So I'm leaving and I go out the door, and then that's when my cousin, she had already opened the door for me because I had all this stuff in my hand. And I'm wearing heels at the same time. So I'm walking to the car. I'm getting ready to get in. She done swung the door open for me to get in because I got all this stuff. I'm like, y'all need to help me. I see a car come around the corner and pull up. Okay. I'm like, what? So I see they both hop out at the same time. It threw me for a loop. I'm like, what in the? So I throw the stuff down. I kick off my shoes, and then immediately they both just start jumping on me. Jessica pushes me, and then Bonnie Lachey, she grabbed me, and she's like pulling me back and forth, trying to punch me. So I just start hitting her in her mouth. No. I got a tooth mark on my knuckle from her tooth. I had swole up the top part of her lip. I was hitting both of them. I ripped that girl Jessica's braids out because I was like, what in the world? All these people was jumping on me. Then her mama. Oh my gosh, girl. This is the only hairstyle I could get. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is the only hairstyle I could get at the moment because her mama was punching the center part of my scalp. When I was fighting both of them, her mom comes up, you can see in the video, and she starts raising her hand. She's getting ready to punch me. But I had to get that video from my client, kind of who's like my friend, who I went down there to do her makeup. She was the one recording it. I had to get the clip from her, and that's what she was trying to get while driving the car. Girl, it was such a mess, but they both jumped me, and I'm so glad she held up her phone to show proof of that. Because I'm like, girl, I didn't even have my phone out. I had all that stuff in my hand, and it was in my purse. Girl, that night was
Well, I'm not going to play the whole Who Knew To's channel's live stream out of respect. We're going to have to do fair use around here. You have to understand that. That's how I get down on my channel. If you want to see the full live stream of Who Knew To, that's her channel. You can go over and see the whole live stream. I will put the link at the top of the description box of this video. Please also go and subscribe to the channel.